Imagine yourself lying comfortably in bed. The lights are low. Your body is supported. And the night sky stretches far beyond your ceiling, like a quiet planetarium just for you. In this gentle space, you are invited to travel, not with your feet, but with your imagination. You are going to drift, slowly, calmly, into the Milky Way. Take a slow, easy breath in, and a long, soft breath out. Again, in and out. There is nothing you need to do. Nowhere you need to go. You are simply here, listening and resting under a sky full of stars. On a clear night, far from city lights, the Milky Way appears as a soft, glowing band of light, stretching quietly across the sky. You might picture yourself standing in a wide, open field, the air cool and still, the horizon low and dark. Above you, that band of light arches gently from one side of the world to the other, a subtle, milky glow, like a river of starlight. It does not shout for attention. It simply shines, patiently, calmly, as it has for billions of years. With each slow breath, imagine your awareness following that glowing band, from one edge of the sky, all the way across, to the other edge. Moving unhurriedly, peacefully, as if your thoughts themselves are made of light. Pause here. Feel your shoulders soften. Let your jaw unclench. If your eyes are still open, you can let them close whenever they are ready, knowing the sky is still there, watching over you. Gazing up on a clear, moonless night, you might notice a soft, glowing band of light stretching quietly across the sky, a gentle river of brightness running from one horizon to the other. It does not flicker like a single star or blaze like the moon. Instead, it hangs there, calm, continuous, inviting you into a deeper kind of stillness. You might imagine yourself outside now, in a safe, open place far from city lights. The air is cool against your skin. The ground beneath you is solid and steady. Overhead, that pale band glows softly, like a veil of light laid across the dark. As you look up in your mind's eye, your breath begins to slow. In gently. Out even more gently. Each time you exhale, your body loosens a little more. Your shoulders soften. Your jaw eases. Your hands rest more heavily where they lie. That band of light feels patient, as if it has all the time in the world. It has watched countless nights pass, countless people look up, countless worries rise and fall. And tonight, it watches over you too, quietly, without asking anything in return. You might imagine your thoughts, all the noise of the day, as tiny clouds drifting between you and that glowing band. With every slow breath, the clouds thin. They break apart, until more and more of that pale, steady light shines through. The name Milky Way comes from its milky appearance, a gentle haze of countless distant stars, blending into one peaceful, luminous band. Ancient observers looked up and saw not individual points, but a soft cloud of light, something bigger than any single star. You might picture that haze now, as if someone took a brush dipped in starlight and swept it softly across the darkness. No hard edges. No sharp lines. Just smooth, velvety light, diffused and tender. As you breathe in, imagine drawing that gentle glow into your chest. As you breathe out, imagine it spreading softly through your body, into your shoulders, your arms, your hands, down through your ribs, hips, legs, and feet. The Milky Way's name is a reminder that even from far away, even blurred by distance and dust, its combined light is still beautiful and soothing. Just like you, even when details are unclear, your presence still brings a soft glow to the world around you. From Earth, the Milky Way can look like a serene river of light, flowing slowly across the night sky. Imagine that river now, not of water, but of stars. You stand on the quiet shore of this celestial river. The world around you is hushed. No traffic. No notifications. Just the faint rustle of a breeze and the silent shine of starlight. The river of light does not rush. It does not surge. It simply flows. With each inhale, imagine you are standing at the riverbank, watching the current drift by. With each exhale, imagine any worry, any leftover thought from today, gently dissolving into that flow, carried away, farther and farther downstream. You do not need to chase the stars. You do not need to hold on to anything. You are simply a quiet observer, safe on the shore, watching the Milky Way drift overhead like a peaceful, endless stream. If your mind wanders, that is okay. Just notice it kindly, and then return to the river of light, slowly moving across the sky. The Milky Way is what astronomers call a barred spiral galaxy, with graceful spiral arms curving out from a central bar of stars, like a cosmic pinwheel turning in slow, eternal motion. You might picture it now from far above, as if you were floating gently in space, looking down at this glowing disk. At the center, a bright, calm core. From that core, long, luminous arms unfurl, curling outward in smooth arcs, filled with stars, gas, and dust. This pinwheel turns incredibly slowly. So slowly that one full rotation takes hundreds of millions of years. You could imagine time itself slowing with it, each moment stretching gently, becoming softer, less urgent. You are not spinning at that speed. You are safe and still, resting much closer to home. But knowing that our galaxy turns so gradually can remind you, there is no need to rush. Life unfolds on many different timescales, and tonight, your only job is to rest in this moment. Take a breath in and out. Imagine yourself resting on one of those spiral arms, gently carried, but never jostled, by the slow rotation of the galaxy. Our galaxy stretches about 100,000 light-years across. A light-year is the distance light travels in 1 year, and light is the fastest thing we know. So imagine that, even at that speed, it would take 100,000 years just to cross from one side of the Milky Way to the other. This number is so large that the mind does not really understand it. And that is okay. Instead of trying to calculate, you can simply feel the vastness. Your worries may belong to a single day, a single week, a single moment in your life. But the galaxy stretches far beyond all of that. In the face of 100,000 light-years, today's concerns can feel smaller, lighter, easier to set down. As you breathe, imagine your thoughts shrinking to the size of tiny grains of sand. Imagine placing those grains on the shore of a cosmic ocean, an ocean of stars, and watching them rest there, safe, while you step back and look up. You do not need to solve everything tonight. There is space, so much space, for you to simply be, and breathe, and drift towards sleep. The Milky Way is home to somewhere between 100 and 400 billion stars. Imagine that number, not as a calculation, but as a feeling. In your mind's eye, see the sky darken. Then, one by one, tiny points of light appear. At first just a few, then dozens, hundreds, thousands. Soon the entire sky is sprinkled with light, so many stars that you no longer try to count. They become a gentle, glowing mist, surrounding you from horizon to horizon. Each star is another sun, shining steadily in the quiet of space. Each one contributes to the Milky Way's soft, collective glow, the same glow that has comforted human eyes for countless generations. As you breathe, imagine that every inhalation draws in the calm of a billion distant stars. Every exhalation releases tension, like a tiny exhale of starlight leaving your body. You are one person, in one place, under one sky. But you are also part of this vast family of stars, a small but precious presence in a galaxy full of light. Earth sits quietly in one of the Milky Way's spiral arms, about 26,000 light-years from the galactic center. Not too close to the crowded core. Not too far out in the sparse outer regions. But in a calm, middle distance, where conditions for life are just right. You can imagine our solar system as a small, glowing neighborhood, tucked gently into a larger city of stars. Our sun, our planets, our moon, all circling together in this quiet corner of the galaxy. There is a certain comfort in knowing this. You are not at the dangerous edge. You are not in the intense bustle of the center. You are in a peaceful, balanced place, orbiting calmly around the galactic core. As you inhale, picture our sun as a warm, steady light. As you exhale, imagine the whole solar system gliding slowly along its path, a long, unhurried journey that will continue for billions of years. Your life moves on a much shorter timescale. But this gentle, cosmic background can hold you, like a low, reassuring hum beneath your day-to-day experiences. The main disk of the Milky Way is surprisingly thin, only about 1,000 light-years thick compared to its 100,000 light-year width. You can imagine it like a vast, thin blanket of stars, spread across the dark of space. From above, this blanket looks like a bright, circular disk. From the side, it looks like a narrow, glowing line. And you are resting inside it, as if tucked into a cosmic quilt. Picture that thin, luminous layer now, stretching far to your left and right, yet not towering above you. It is wide, but not heavy. Expansive, but not overwhelming. Let this image become your own blanket tonight. As you breathe out, imagine the Milky Way's disk folding gently around you, not closing you in, but wrapping you in quiet protection. Your bed becomes a spaceship, cradled by the galaxy's thin, shining plane. You float there, weightless and secure, held by a billion points of light. For thousands of years, ancient cultures have looked up at the Milky Way and seen more than just light. Some saw a heavenly river, a path across the sky, a road for souls to travel. You might imagine a long, soft road of stars stretching from horizon to horizon. Along this road, stories traveled. Prayers, hopes, dreams. In some traditions, it was a bridge between worlds. In others, it was the milk of a goddess, or a trail of heroes' footsteps. All of these stories share something in common. They see the Milky Way as a connection, a link between Earth and something greater. Tonight, you can let this celestial river be your own path. Not a path you must walk, but a path that brings comfort just by existing. Imagine your thoughts stepping gently onto that river of stars. Not to leave you behind, but to wander peacefully, so your mind can rest. Your worries travel along that shining road, slowly growing smaller and smaller, until they fade into the distance. You remain here, breathing softly, wrapped in the quiet of your room, while above you, the ancient river flows on. On dark nights, when the sky is clear and the Milky Way is bright, its soft band can feel like a comforting celestial embrace, stretching over the world. As if the sky itself is wrapping gentle arms around the earth. You do not need to see it to feel it. Even with eyes closed, you can imagine that broad, luminous arch above you, curving from one side of your awareness to the other. Let yourself feel held by that arch. Feel the way your back sinks into the mattress. Feel the weight of the blankets resting on you like a second, softer sky. As you inhale, imagine the Milky Way's glow expanding, like a slow, silent breath from the universe. As you exhale, imagine that glow settling around you, closer, warmer, more intimate, like a hug that asks nothing of you. You are safe beneath this cosmic canopy. You are small in the best possible way, free from having to control everything. The galaxy turns. The stars shine. Deep in the heart of the Milky Way, there is a central bar of older stars, glowing steadily like a quiet cosmic hearth. You can imagine this bar as a warm, elongated ember at the galaxy's center, not raging like a firestorm, but simmering with soft, ancient light. In your mind's eye, picture that central glow, a gentle, golden band running through the core of the galaxy. It has shone there for billions of years, calm and continuous. Let it become, for a moment, a symbol of your own inner warmth, steady, enduring, even when the surface of life feels busy. As you inhale, imagine drawing a little of that golden hearth light toward you. As you exhale, picture it settling into your chest, a quiet ember of calm, glowing softly inside. From that central bar, four major spiral arms wind outward gracefully: Scutum Centaurus, Perseus, Norma, and Sagittarius. You might imagine the galaxy now as a great flower in space, each arm like a luminous petal curling out from the bright core. These arms do not twist sharply. They curve in smooth, sweeping arcs, as if painted in slow motion across the dark. Each one carries stars, gas, and dust, stretching out like long, shining pathways that wrap around the galaxy. As you breathe, you can imagine tracing one of these arms with your awareness, slowly following its curve, drifting along its length, never in a hurry. From the center outward, and then back inward again, like a gentle, cosmic spiral of breath. Our own sun does not sit in one of the major arms, but in a smaller, quieter region known as the Orion Arm, or Orion Spur, a peaceful bridge between the larger arms. You can picture the big arms as wide, bright highways of stars, and our Orion Arm as a calm side road, a quieter neighborhood just off the main routes. Here, in this modest spur, our solar system circles the galaxy at a comfortable distance from the busy center. Not lost, not isolated, just tucked away in a gentle, slower lane. You might imagine a map of the Milky Way laid out before you. Somewhere along one arm is a small glowing dot. Here is the Orion Arm. And within that, an even smaller dot. Here is your sun, and your Earth, and you. Let that feel reassuring. You are not adrift in chaos. You live in a calm side street of the galaxy, a place where stars like our sun can shine steadily, and where life has had time to grow. The entire galaxy rotates slowly and majestically around its center. It takes our solar system about 225 to 250 million years to complete just one full orbit, a single galactic year. Imagine the galaxy as a vast, luminous carousel in space. The stars ride on it, circling the center in an unhurried, stately motion. You, the Earth, the Sun, are all part of this slow dance. In the time it takes your body to breathe once, the galaxy has barely moved at all along its path. Its rhythm is so gentle, so stretched out, that your daily life happens in the briefest fraction of one galactic turn. Let this perspective soften the urgency of today. Inhale and feel how small a single moment is compared to a cosmic year. Exhale and allow the pressure of right now to ease, dissolving into a much longer, kinder rhythm. You might imagine your worries as marks on a clock that turns incredibly slowly. With each breath, they drift a little farther along the edge of that clock, becoming less sharp, less pressing, as the galaxy continues its patient spin. Along the spiral arms, stars are born in beautiful nebulae, vast, cloudy cradles of gas and dust where new light begins. You can imagine these nebulae as soft, glowing clouds floating in space, pinks, blues, and purples blending gently at the edges. Inside these clouds, material gathers, quietly, over long stretches of time. At certain points, it becomes dense enough for a new star to ignite, like a tiny candle being lit in the depths of a mist. Picture these star nurseries scattered along the arms, each one a peaceful birthplace for future suns. There is no rush in their formation, everything unfolds on cosmic timescales, at the pace of gravity and quiet accumulation. As you breathe, you might imagine your own thoughts drifting into a nebula. They become softer, less defined, merging into a cloud of calm. From that cloud, only what truly matters will glow clearly, in its own time. The rest can fade into the gentle haze. The Milky Way is not perfectly flat. Its disk has a subtle warp, a slight bending that gives it a wavy shape, like a calm ripple through the fabric of space. You can picture the galaxy's disk as a wide, glowing sheet. In some places, it bends gracefully upward. In others, it dips quietly downward. The overall effect is not jagged or chaotic, but smooth and flowing. This warp is thought to come from interactions with nearby galaxies and the pull of invisible matter, gentle tugs over immense distances and times. The result is a galaxy that is not rigid, but flexible, able to ripple and adjust. You might imagine your own life like that. Not perfectly flat or perfectly straight. There are rises and dips, but when viewed from far enough away, the line smooths into a graceful wave. As you inhale, picture the galaxy's warped disk lifting slightly. As you exhale, imagine it settling gently downward. A slow, cosmic breathing you can sync with, if you like. Surrounding the visible galaxy is an invisible halo of what astronomers call dark matter, a mysterious form of matter that does not emit light, yet reveals itself through its gravity. You can think of it as a vast, unseen cushion around the Milky Way, holding everything in balanced, gentle harmony. This halo extends far beyond the visible stars and gas. Though you cannot see it, its presence keeps the stars moving in their orbits, preventing them from flying off into the dark. Imagine, for a moment, that you, too, are held in an invisible halo, one made not of dark matter, but of quiet support. People who care about you. Moments of kindness you have received. Tiny, daily comforts. You might not always see this halo clearly in the rush of your days. But it is there, surrounding you, shaping your path in subtle, supportive ways. As you breathe out, allow yourself to lean into that unseen support, just as the stars lean into the gravity of the dark matter halo. Astronomers estimate that about 90% of the Milky Way's mass is this mysterious dark matter. That means most of what holds the galaxy together is invisible, felt through its effects, but never directly seen. There is a quiet beauty in that idea. That what is most crucial is not always visible to the eye. In your own life, many of the things that truly sustain you are invisible as well. Love, memory, hope, the small, unspoken acts of care that others offer you, and that you offer them. You might imagine the galaxy's invisible mass as a gentle, dark ocean, with the bright stars floating like lanterns on its surface. The lights are what you notice first, but the ocean is what carries them. As you inhale, you can acknowledge the unseen strengths within you, the resilience, the tenderness, the courage that may not always show. As you exhale, you let go of the need to see or prove everything. Some things can simply be trusted, like dark matter holding the galaxy together. When you look at images of the Milky Way, you might notice dark streaks cutting through the bright band of stars. These are dust lanes, regions where thick clouds of dust block the starlight behind them, creating soft shadows in the glow. At first, they might look like empty gaps. But in reality, they are full of material, gas and dust that can one day form new stars. You can imagine the Milky Way now, not as a perfect, unbroken band of light, but as a luminous ribbon with gentle, dark swirls running through it. Like wisps of smoke curling across a glowing surface. These dark lanes do not ruin the beauty of the galaxy. They deepen it. They add contrast, texture, and mystery. In the same way, the dimmer, quieter stretches of your own life are not empty. They may be times of rest, of gathering strength, of unseen preparation. As you breathe, you might picture any shadowy parts of your memory, uncertain times, pauses, in-between moments, as dust lanes in your own galaxy. Not blank, not wasted, but full of potential, waiting calmly in the dark. Scattered all through the Milky Way's arms are vast gas clouds, reservoirs of hydrogen and other elements that provide the raw material for future stars. These clouds move and mix over millions of years, slowly feeding new generations of light. You can imagine these clouds as floating, translucent shapes, drifting gently through space. They are in no hurry to become stars. They simply exist, changing slowly, patiently. In time, parts of them will contract, grow denser, and ignite as new suns. Other parts may remain as soft, diffuse mist, shading and shaping the light around them. Think of these gas clouds as the galaxy's way of saving for the future, a quiet reserve, a promise of light yet to come. Within you, there are also reserves, energy you have not yet used, ideas not yet formed, kindness not yet given, rest you still deserve to take. You do not need to force anything to ignite right now. As you inhale, imagine gathering gentle strength. As you exhale, allow yourself to remain in this in-between state, a peaceful cloud, not yet a star, and that is perfectly okay. The galaxy moves through its cycles of star birth and star death, of gathering and releasing, of brightening and dimming. And here you are, in one quiet moment within that grand rhythm, simply breathing, simply resting, while the Milky Way continues its patient, cosmic work. Billions of years ago, long before Earth, long before the Sun, the Milky Way itself was just beginning to take shape. Astronomers think it formed about 13.6 billion years ago, as many smaller proto-galaxies drifted together and slowly merged. You might imagine a very young universe, filled with little islands of stars and gas, gliding silently through the dark. Over vast stretches of time, these smaller islands moved closer. Their edges touched. Their stars mixed and mingled. Until, gently, a larger galaxy began to grow from their union. There was no single sudden moment when the Milky Way switched on. It was more like a long, slow sunrise, faint light building over ages, until the familiar disk of our galaxy gradually emerged. Within this growing galaxy, early dense regions of gas began to collapse inward under their own gravity. In those denser pockets, atoms drew closer together, quietly, steadily, over millions of years. You can picture enormous clouds of hydrogen slowly gathering, like fog thickening in the still air of a valley. As the clouds grew denser, their centers warmed. Until, eventually, the first stars of the Milky Way ignited, lighting the galaxy's ancient dawn. These first stars shone into a universe that had mostly been dark. They were like the very first candles lit in a vast, shadowy hall. Their light spread outward, gentle but persistent, beginning the long story that would one day include you, lying here and listening. Not all of the galaxy's stars ended up in the thin disk we see from Earth. some gathered into tight, spherical swarms known as globular clusters, ancient groups of hundreds of thousands of stars bound together. You can imagine these clusters as glowing, golden spheres orbiting around the Milky Way, outside the main disk, like lanterns hung in a great, dark cathedral. They are among the oldest structures in the galaxy, many more than 10 billion years old, quietly circling the galactic center like timeless sentinels. As you picture them, you might think of sturdy, gentle guardians, watching, not interfering, simply bearing silent witness as the galaxy continues its slow, patient evolution. The Milky Way itself does not drift through the universe alone. It belongs to a small family of galaxies known as the Local Group. This group contains around 50 or so galaxies, from large spirals to tiny dwarfs, all bound together by gravity and quiet companionship. You might imagine the Local Group as a neighborhood in the vast cosmic city. The Milky Way is one house with its lights on. Nearby is another grand house, the Andromeda Galaxy. Scattered around are smaller cottages, dwarf galaxies, faint but present. Together they move through space, not rushing, but drifting as a cluster. Each galaxy following its own path, yet still part of the same gentle community. The nearest large neighbor to the Milky Way is indeed Andromeda, another spiral galaxy a bit bigger than our own. Even though it is about 2.5 million light-years away, it is slowly moving toward us, drawn by gravity. You might imagine two great spirals in a dark ocean of space, slowly gliding toward one another over billions of years. There is no crash in the way we usually imagine collisions. On galactic timescales, this future meeting is like a very distant, very slow embrace. Long after our lives have passed, long after countless generations, the Milky Way and Andromeda will eventually merge into a new, larger galaxy, an elegant blending rather than a violent impact. Even now, the Milky Way gently acquires new stars from much smaller companions. One such companion is the Sagittarius dwarf spheroidal galaxy, a modest, elongated collection of stars that is slowly being stretched and absorbed by our own. You can picture this dwarf galaxy as a small stream of stars, being drawn into the Milky Way's larger river. Some of its stars have already become part of our outer halo, tracing faint, curved paths that loop around the galaxy like delicate ribbons. This ongoing process is not rushed, it unfolds over hundreds of millions of years. From the galaxy's perspective, it is a gentle, gradual welcoming of new stars into its wide, luminous family. Two of the most famous small companions of the Milky Way are the large and small Magellanic Clouds, irregular, cloud-like galaxies visible in southern hemisphere skies. You might imagine them as two soft, glowing smudges trailing near the Milky Way, like lanterns carried behind a great ship. These Magellanic Clouds orbit our galaxy, tugging and being tugged in return. Their stars and gas are slowly influenced by the Milky Way's gravity, and they themselves have likely shaped the warp in our galaxy's disk. In your imagination, you can see the Milky Way as a grand dancer, with the Magellanic Clouds as smaller partners circling nearby, moving in graceful arcs through the shared gravitational field. Inside the Milky Way, new stars are still being born. On average, astronomers estimate that about 7 new stars form in our galaxy each year, a slow and steady cosmic renewal. 7 sounds small compared to hundreds of billions, and yet over millions of years, it adds up to many new suns. You might picture the galaxy as a vast forest at night, where, every so often, a new firefly lights up in the distance. These stellar fireflies turn on one by one, in hidden nebulae and quiet clouds. You may never notice any single one from Earth, but together they ensure the Milky Way remains a living, evolving system rather than a static picture. As you breathe, you can imagine this. With each inhale, somewhere in the galaxy, a new star is warming into life. With each exhale, the light of older stars continues to shine, steady and reassuring. Around many of these stars, planets circle in quiet, orderly paths. Current studies suggest that most stars likely have at least one planet, and many have entire systems of worlds. Imagine the Milky Way now, not just as a collection of stars, but as a collection of solar systems, billions of them, each with its own arrangement of planets, moons, and rings. Some worlds may be scorched and close to their suns, others frozen and distant. Some may be rocky and small, others huge and gaseous, wrapped in clouds. As your mind drifts, you can picture these planets as tiny, serene beads, each one threading its own orbit around its star, repeating the same quiet loop again and again, for ages. Among all these planets, some orbit in what astronomers call the habitable zone, the region around a star where temperatures could allow liquid water to exist on the surface. These are the worlds that hint at the possibility of quiet oceans under alien skies. You might imagine standing on the shore of one such distant ocean. The water is still. The sky above is unfamiliar, its constellations strange, its colors perhaps slightly different. But the feeling is the same, a calm horizon, soft waves, a gentle breeze. Whether or not anyone is there to see it, such a place could exist somewhere in our galaxy right now. A tranquil world, circling its star, bathed in steady light, minding its own slow orbit. As you breathe, let the thought of these possible oceans soothe you. They are reminders that calm, gentle places may be scattered throughout the universe. And tonight, your bed, your room, your breath can be one of those places. A small, peaceful world of your own, turning quietly in the vast, starlit Milky Way. Even without looking anything up right now, it is safe to continue the same gentle, sleep-focused style for these next 10 ideas, while keeping the core astronomy accurate. Stars in the Milky Way come in many colors. Some are cool, small red dwarfs that glow softly and steadily for billions of years, like faint embers scattered across the galaxy. Others are hot, massive blue giants that burn far more brightly, but live much shorter lives, brief, brilliant flares in the darkness before they fade. You might imagine the galaxy as a vast field of tiny lamps. Most of them dim, reddish, and long-lasting. A smaller number shining white or blue, dazzling but fleeting. As you breathe, you can picture these colors gently blending into the soft, milky glow you see in the night sky. Our own sun sits between these extremes. It is a middle-aged, yellow dwarf star, steady, reliable, and calm. It has been shining for about 4.5 billion years and has billions more to go, burning quietly in a peaceful midlife. You might imagine the sun now as a warm, golden circle at the center of your inner picture, not too hot, not too cold, just right for the small blue world that orbits it. As you inhale, you can feel the steadiness of that star, no sudden surges, no violent flickers, just a constant, reassuring glow that has watched over Earth for ages. Later in their lives, stars like the sun swell into red giants. They expand gently, their outer layers puffing outward, becoming cooler and redder as they grow. Eventually, those outer layers drift away into space, forming beautiful shells of gas called planetary nebulae, glowing, delicate bubbles of color around a small, hot core. You might picture one of these nebulae now, a faint, round cloud, perhaps green or blue or pink, hanging in the dark like a softly lit lantern. The star at its center has shed what it no longer needs, and what remains is a quiet, intricate pattern of gas, expanding slowly into the galaxy. It is a reminder that even endings can create something strangely beautiful. Some stars end their lives in much more compact forms. If a massive star collapses but does not become a black hole, it can form a neutron star, a city-sized object with more mass than the Sun, incredibly dense and strong. Some neutron stars spin rapidly and beam radio waves or light in narrow beams from their magnetic poles. These are called pulsars. You can imagine a pulsar as a cosmic lighthouse, spinning calmly in the dark, sending out regular pulses like a heartbeat. To a distant observer, each rotation is a soft, repeating flash, steady and predictable. As you breathe slowly, you can let your breath sync with that imagined rhythm, in and out, like the turning of a star that never hurries. In rare cases, very massive stars end their lives in spectacular explosions called supernovae. For a short time, a single star can outshine an entire galaxy, releasing a burst of energy and flinging its enriched material out into space. These violent endings scatter heavy elements, like carbon, oxygen, iron, and more, that later become part of new stars, planets, and even living beings. You might picture a supernova not as something frightening, but as a bright flower suddenly blooming, then fading, leaving its petals of gas drifting outward. From that gas, new generations of stars and worlds can form. In a quiet way, you are made of the remnants of such events. Your body carries atoms forged in long-gone stars. Between all these stars, the space is not truly empty. It is filled with the interstellar medium, thin gas and fine dust that spread softly through the galaxy. In most places, this material is extremely diffuse, far more empty than any vacuum you encounter on Earth, yet over cosmic distances, it becomes a gentle, ever-present background. You can imagine the interstellar medium as a faint fog that you can't quite see, a soft haze that connects one star to another. It carries the seeds of future stars and planets, drifting slowly through the Milky Way, shaping the light that passes through it. In certain regions, this gas and dust gather into molecular clouds, cool, dense pockets where atoms stick together to form molecules like hydrogen gas. These clouds are the nurseries of the galaxy, where new stars are born. You might picture a molecular cloud as a dark, quiet cocoon in space, shielded from harsh radiation, holding within it the quiet potential for future suns. Inside, gravity slowly pulls material together, and over long periods, dense clumps form, each one a seed of a new star, still hidden, still resting. When young, massive stars finally ignite within or near these clouds, their intense radiation can ionize the surrounding hydrogen gas. This creates glowing regions called H2 regions, vast, pinkish clouds shining gently in space. You can imagine one of these regions as a serene cosmic garden, softly lit from within, tendrils of gas curling outward like petals. The light is not harsh, it is diffused and gentle, bathing the surrounding space in a quiet, rosy glow. Within the Milky Way, there is a broad area sometimes called the galactic habitable zone, a region where conditions are thought to be more favorable for life as we know it. Too close to the center, radiation and gravitational disturbances may be stronger. Too far out, there may be fewer heavy elements needed to build rocky planets. Our Sun and Earth sit comfortably in this middle region, where things are relatively calm and stable. You can imagine this habitable zone as a soft ring around the galactic center, and your world as a small, safe bead on that ring. It is one of many, but it is yours, and tonight it is a quiet place to rest. Stars nearer the center of the galaxy tend to be more metal-rich, enriched by many generations of star formation and supernovae. Farther out, in the quieter outer disk, stars often contain fewer heavy elements, reflecting a simpler chemical history. You can picture the Milky Way as a gradient of richness. The inner regions full of stars with many ingredients for building complex planets, the outer regions more sparse and pure. Both zones have their own kind of calm, one busy and bright, one wide and tranquil. As you breathe, you might feel yourself somewhere in between, enriched by your experiences, but also surrounded by open, quiet space within your own mind. Stars, nebulae, clouds, and lighthouses of neutron stars all share this galaxy with you. And tonight, they all move on their own, leaving you free to let go, to soften, and to drift gently towards sleep. Near the very center of the Milky Way, astronomers have found a remarkable object called Sagittarius A*, a supermassive black hole with a mass about 4 million times that of our Sun. You can imagine it not as a monster, but as a quiet, invisible anchor at the heart of the galaxy, a compact region where gravity is strong and steady. Most of the time, this central black hole rests in a relatively calm state. It does not constantly devour everything around it. Instead, it influences the motion of nearby stars with its deep, gentle pull. You might picture it as a silent stone at the bottom of a pond, shaping the currents without making a sound. Around Sagittarius A*, stars move in wide, graceful orbits, following predictable paths like dancers circling a central partner. Some of these stars complete an orbit in just a few decades, tracing out elegant loops that astronomers have tracked over many years. As you breathe, you can imagine watching this slow, cosmic dance from a safe distance, stars gliding around an unseen point, never colliding, each following its own smooth curve through space. Their motion is not frantic, it is measured, rhythmic, and serene. The edge beyond which not even light can escape the black hole is called the event horizon. For Sagittarius A*, this boundary is thought to span roughly 14 million miles across, a tiny distance on galactic scales, yet still vast compared to our everyday lives. You might imagine this event horizon as a perfectly calm circle in space, not glowing or flashing, simply marking a quiet no-return line around the center. From far away, you do not see the boundary itself, you see the graceful motions of stars and gas responding to its gravity. When gas and dust do happen to drift too close, they can form an accretion disk, spiraling inward around the black hole before crossing that boundary. Friction and compression heat this material, causing it to glow, sometimes softly, sometimes more brightly, across various wavelengths of light. You can picture this disk as a thin, luminous ring around an invisible center, turning in silence. Its light flickers and changes over time, like embers swirling around a hidden campfire in the dark. From Earth, scientists use radio telescopes to listen to the signals that come from the galactic center. These instruments detect radio emissions, faint hums of energy, that reveal the presence and behavior of Sagittarius A* and the material around it. You might imagine these radio waves as long, gentle ripples spreading outward through space, traveling for thousands of years before reaching our antennas. They are not sounds in the way we hear them, but you can think of them as the galaxy's heartbeat, soft and steady in the background. The black hole's gravity helps shape the structure of the Milky Way, influencing the orbits of stars and gas near the center in balanced, unseen ways. Most of the galaxy lies too far away to feel its direct pull strongly, but the central region, the bright bulge and bar of stars, moves in response to this deep well in space-time. In your mind, you can imagine the entire inner galaxy gently arranged around this central anchor. Spiral arms, bars, and clouds all respond subtly to its presence, like dancers adjusting their steps around a central point on a stage. Sagittarius A* is not the only black hole in the Milky Way. Scattered throughout the galaxy are many stellar mass black holes, formed when massive stars ended their lives in collapse. Most of these are quiet, dark remnants, moving invisibly among the stars. You might picture them as tiny, hidden wells scattered across a vast field, present, but rarely noticed, silently marking where brilliant stars once shone. To understand this complex galaxy, astronomers launched a spacecraft called Gaia. Gaia is mapping the positions and motions of more than 1 billion stars with extraordinary precision, creating a detailed 3D portrait of the Milky Way. You can imagine Gaia as a patient sky watcher, steadily measuring the tiny shifts in starlight over many years. Its data turn the night sky from a flat picture into a living map, where each star has a path and a story. From these measurements, scientists have learned that the Milky Way is not perfectly rigid. It wobbles and ripples slightly, likely due to past interactions with smaller galaxies and passing influences. This wobble is very slow and gentle, nothing you would ever feel, but on cosmic scales, it reveals that our galaxy has a dynamic, evolving history. You might picture the Milky Way as a great, luminous disk that flexes just a little, like a slow wave passing through a calm pond. The stars rise and fall subtly over millions of years, responding to memories of encounters long past. As you lie here, all of this motion, The dance around Sagittarius A*, the quiet black holes, the mapped paths of stars, the gentle galactic wobble, continues without any effort from you. The galaxy takes care of its own rhythm. Your only task is to breathe, to let your thoughts drift like distant stars, and to rest in the knowledge that, in this vast and intricate system, you are safely carried along, moment by moment, towards sleep. Far above you, the Milky Way is not frozen, it gently ripples with waves, like calm undulations passing through a cosmic sea. You might imagine the galactic disk as a wide, glowing sheet, rising slightly here, dipping slightly there, the way a slow swell rolls through a quiet ocean, so gradual that only long, patient watching can see it. These waves are signs of the galaxy's history, echoes of past encounters and gravitational tugs that still move through the stars. As you breathe in, picture the disk lifting in a slow, smooth curve. As you exhale, imagine it settling back down, a cosmic breath that takes millions of years for a single rise and fall. Above and below the Milky Way's disk, astronomers have discovered vast, balloon-like structures called Fermi bubbles, huge lobes of energetic gas and particles extending far into space. You can imagine them as two soft, translucent bubbles, one above the galaxy, one below, glowing faintly against the darkness. These bubbles likely come from energetic events in the galaxy's past, perhaps outbursts from the central black hole or intense star formation. Even so, in your inner picture, they can feel peaceful, like gentle lanterns hanging above and below a luminous disk, reminders that even great bursts of energy can settle into quiet forms over time. Around the Milky Way, there are also high-velocity clouds, large clumps of gas moving quickly relative to the disk, some of which fall slowly toward it. You might imagine them as invisible rain clouds drifting in the galaxy's halo, gradually releasing their material down onto the disk. This rain is not sudden or stormy, it is slow and sparse, a soft drizzle of gas that adds fuel for future star formation. As you relax, you can picture this gentle, cosmic rainfall feeding the galaxy, drop by drop, while you lie safely beneath your own, much smaller sky. Threaded through all of this is the Milky Way's magnetic field, extending across the galaxy in large-scale patterns. You can think of it as invisible lines of force, quietly aligning charged particles and guiding their motion through space. In your imagination, these magnetic lines might look like delicate strands of silk winding through the disk and halo, unseen but present. They do not shimmer or flash, they simply exist, adding subtle structure and order to the galaxy's serene expanse. Within this environment, tiny, energetic particles called cosmic rays travel across vast distances, zipping through the galaxy at nearly the speed of light. Most of them pass through without us ever noticing, tiny messengers from distant events like supernovae and other energetic processes. You might imagine them as microscopic fireflies wandering through the night, too small and fast to see, yet always in motion, tracing quiet paths through the Milky Way. Their presence is another reminder that even in apparent stillness, space is gently alive with motion and energy. When astronomers look toward the center of the galaxy in high-energy light like gamma rays, they see soft glows and structures that hint at past activity, outbursts that once lit up the region around the central black hole. Today, much of that activity has faded, leaving behind faint signatures like embers cooling after a long-ago fire. You can picture the galactic center as a hearth that once blazed more brightly, now resting in a quieter phase, its history written in subtle, glowing traces that only special instruments can see. This adds to the sense that the Milky Way has a long, rich life story, full of phases and transitions, much like your own, only stretched across unimaginable time. Visible light is easily blocked by dust in the galaxy, but infrared light can slip through those dusty regions. When astronomers observe the Milky Way in infrared, they see stars and structures that were hidden before, revealing the calm order beneath the obscuring clouds. You might imagine dust as a soft curtain drawn across parts of the galaxy, and infrared as a gentle, warm light that passes through, showing the quiet beauty behind the veil. In the same way, a shift in perspective can sometimes reveal a calmer view of your own life, even when things feel cloudy on the surface. Radio telescopes, tuned to the specific frequency of neutral hydrogen, can map where that gas lies throughout the galaxy. By listening to the radio whispers of hydrogen, astronomers traced the shape of the Milky Way's spiral arms in remarkable detail. You can picture these instruments as giant, listening bowls turned toward the sky, receiving faint signals that, when combined, draw the graceful curves of the arms you cannot see directly. The result is a peaceful, large-scale portrait of the galaxy's structure, built from gentle signals collected over time. All the while, the Milky Way itself is moving through the universe. Relative to the cosmic microwave background, the faint afterglow of the Big Bang, it drifts at roughly hundreds of kilometers per second, a steady motion through the larger cosmos. This speed sounds enormous, but there is no wind, no rushing sensation. Space is so vast that the motion feels like a smooth, unending glide. You can imagine the entire galaxy as a ship sailing through a silent, star-filled ocean, its passengers unaware of the journey's speed because everything around them moves together. Far in the future, billions of years from now, the Milky Way and the Andromeda Galaxy will draw close enough to merge into a single, larger system, likely a more rounded, elliptical galaxy. This process will take a very long time and will unfold slowly, with stars mostly passing by one another in the Great Reshaping. In your imagination, you can see two luminous spirals approaching in slow motion, their arms stretching and blending, until a new, serene form takes shape. By then, the details of tonight will be unimaginably distant history, yet the universe will still be moving, evolving, and unfolding in its own gentle, patient way. As you rest here, all of this, ripples, bubbles, clouds, fields, rays, glows, and long-term motions, continues without your effort. The galaxy takes care of its own rhythms, leaving you free to do just one thing: soften your breath, release the day, and drift, quietly and safely, into sleep. When you look up at the night sky, you are seeing not just points of light, but messages that have been traveling for years, sometimes centuries, across space to reach your eyes in perfect quiet. Every star you see connects you to a specific moment in that star's past. Its light has crossed the darkness, patiently, just to arrive here as you rest and breathe. The Milky Way's soft band is made of countless such messages. Light from the stars near us arrives in a few years or decades, but light from the dense central regions needs tens of thousands of years to reach Earth. When you picture the glow from the galactic center, you are seeing light that began its journey around 26,000 years ago, a calm, ancient echo crossing time to meet you tonight. You might imagine that central light as a letter written long ago, finally being opened in this quiet moment. It carries no demands, no urgency, only the gentle reminder that the universe has been unfolding for a very long time, and that you are allowed to rest within it. Across history, the Milky Way's glow has stirred the human imagination. People who had never met, in cultures oceans apart, looked up at the same hazy band and shaped it into stories, art, and myth. The shared act of stargazing became a bridge between generations, parents pointing out the pale stripe above to children, artists sketching it, storytellers weaving it into tales. In many Native American traditions, the Milky Way is seen as a spirit path, or a river of souls traveling across the sky. You can imagine that shining band as a quiet road of light, stretching from one horizon to the other, carrying memories and ancestors in a gentle, unending procession. In Greek mythology, the Milky Way is linked to the milk of the goddess Hera, spilled across the heavens. That image turns the galaxy into something nurturing and maternal, a celestial flow of nourishment, spreading softly through the night. When you think of these stories, you might feel the band of light above you not just as a scientific object, but as something deeply human, a backdrop to hopes, fears, prayers, and dreams. It becomes both a structure of stars and a tapestry of meanings, all layered quietly over one another. Today, there are special places called dark sky parks, protected areas far from city lights, where the Milky Way can be seen in its full splendor. On a clear night in such a place, the band is so bright it can cast a faint shadow. It arches high overhead, rich with detail, like a river of diamond dust. You might imagine yourself lying on the ground in one of those parks, wrapped in a blanket, the air cool and still. Above you, the Milky Way stretches from one edge of your vision to the other, so vivid that it feels almost solid, a softly glowing bridge between Earth and infinity. When you face south on a summer night in the northern hemisphere, the Milky Way's core appears brightest in the constellation Sagittarius. There, near the horizon, the band thickens and glows more intensely, a warm knot of starlight that can feel like a beacon of peace rising from the dark. In winter, the view changes. You see more of the outer arms and less of the central bulge, so the band may look thinner, more delicate, like a subtle brushstroke of light rather than a blazing river. This seasonal shift can feel like the galaxy's own inhale and exhale, bright and bold in one part of the year, quiet and understated in another. Even simple binoculars can transform what you see. When you lift them to the Milky Way's band, that hazy glow begins to break apart into countless tiny stars, clusters condensed like gentle jewels set into the sky. Some areas that looked like faint smudges with the naked eye suddenly reveal intricate patterns and gatherings of light. You might imagine sweeping slowly along the band with binoculars, moving from cluster to cluster, as if walking through a garden of stars. Each small gathering of lights feels like a hidden grove, discovered only because you took the time to look a little closer. With a telescope, the surprises deepen. Those dim patches and bright knots resolve into nebulae, soft, colorful clouds where new stars are forming or old stars are shedding their outer layers. Some glow pink with ionized hydrogen, others appear blue where starlight reflects off dust. Still others look like ghostly, pale shapes suspended in the dark. You can picture these nebulae as quiet, cosmic paintings, swirling shapes in gentle reds, blues, and greens, each one a snapshot from a different chapter in the galaxy's life. They are places of creation and transformation, and yet, to the eye and mind, they appear calm, frozen moments in an ongoing story that unfolds over millions of years. As you rest here, you do not need binoculars or a telescope to feel this connection. It is enough to know that above you, whether hidden by clouds, city lights, or a ceiling, the Milky Way still stretches across the sky, just as it has for countless nights. Its light is always on its way to you. From nearby stars that sent their glow only years ago. From clusters and nebulae thousands of years distant. And from the central regions whose radiance left home before written history began. All of that light arrives quietly, without a sound, simply reaching you as a soft awareness that the universe is vast, ancient, and full of gentle beauty. In that awareness, your breath can slow, your thoughts can soften, and your body can sink a little deeper into rest, held under a sky of stories and stars. When you think about the Milky Way, you are thinking about something so vast that your mind can only touch the edges of it. That immensity can gently shrink the scale of personal worries, making them feel smaller, lighter, and more manageable, as if they are just brief ripples on the surface of a much larger, peaceful sea. Let yourself imagine the galaxy now, its wide disk, its spiral arms, its billions of stars, stretching across space. As you hold that image, the things that felt huge in your day begin to soften, to lose their sharp edges, to become just one tiny part of a much bigger picture. Awe at this enormous scale naturally brings a sense of humility. You are reminded that you are not responsible for turning the galaxy, for rising and setting the stars. You are a cherished part of something greater, not the one who has to hold it all together. From that humility can arise a deep inner tranquility. When you no longer feel that everything depends on you, your shoulders can drop, your breathing can slow, and your body can finally allow itself to rest. Contemplating billions of stars fosters a quiet sense of belonging. You realize that you are not alone under the sky. Countless generations before you have looked up, felt small, and also felt connected, held beneath the same glowing band. You can imagine yourself as one point of light among many, unique yet also part of a shared, starry community. That feeling of being one of rather than apart from can settle you into a peaceful, supported state. The galaxy's age, stretching back more than 13 billion years, reminds you that existence has been unfolding long before your current worries arose, and will continue long after they have passed. This perspective invites patience. If the cosmos can move in slow, enduring cycles, perhaps you can allow your own life to unfold gently, one night, one breath at a time. Stars themselves live on timescales that dwarf human years. Some burn steadily for billions of years, their quiet persistence mirroring the slow, reassuring passage of time that continues regardless of today's anxieties. When you think of those long-lived stars, your own timeline may feel less rushed. You can release the pressure to fix everything right now, and instead allow yourself to take this moment simply to rest. Looking up at the night sky has been shown to ease stress, partly because it draws your awareness away from the tight focus of your thoughts and out into something wide and calm. As you breathe while imagining the stars, your breath can fall into a natural, slower rhythm, syncing with the stillness above. You might feel your inhalations become deeper, your exhalations longer, as if you were gently matching the tempo of the turning heavens. This quiet synchronization helps your nervous system shift toward relaxation. Sometimes, as you focus on the sky, you may slip into a gentle flow state, a kind of soft absorption where you are simply looking, simply being, without analyzing or judging. Thoughts drift by like clouds, but your attention rests on the simple fact of stars in the dark. In that state, time feels less rigid. Minutes pass without effort, and your mind becomes smoother, like a lake with fewer and fewer ripples. The Milky Way's beauty is a natural aid to mindfulness. Its soft band gives your attention something steady and gentle to rest on, making it easier to stay in the present moment rather than revisiting the past or rehearsing the future. You can imagine tracing the band from one horizon to the other, moving slowly, noticing details, the brightness, the fuzzy edges, the subtle dark lanes, without needing to label or explain them. Your thoughts are grounded by this simple act of noticing, like a kite anchored by a long, light string. When you picture the galaxy's spiral arms, you can invite your mind to drift along them, slowly winding outward from the center and then back again. Each curve becomes a path for your awareness to follow, looping and circling in a calm, unhurried way. As your mind wanders along those arms, it naturally moves away from everyday concerns. You might find yourself gliding from one star-filled region to another, growing drowsier with each imagined turn, like walking a soft, circular path that leads gradually towards sleep. This is the gift of cosmic perspective. It gently loosens the grip of daily tension. When you remember that you are resting on a small world, circling an ordinary star, inside a vast and ancient galaxy, the urgency of today's problems can soften. They do not disappear, but they become smaller points of contrast on a much larger canvas. From that wider view, you can hold your life with more compassion, more spaciousness, and more serene detachment. So as you lie here, you can let the Milky Way become more than a distant band of light. You can let it be a quiet teacher, showing you how to be small without being insignificant, how to be held without needing to control, and how to drift gently, calmly, toward rest. As you listen, you can breathe slowly with each idea. In and out, letting your calm deepen the way the sky darkens into a rich, starry night. With every breath, the inner daylight of busyness fades, and the quiet constellations of your thoughts spread out, softer, gentler. Imagine now that the entire Milky Way cradles you. Its wide arms curve around the galaxy, and somewhere along one of those arms, a small star and a small world hold you as you rest. The galaxy is vast, but its embrace is gentle, like a great, luminous blanket around your tiny, precious corner of space. Above you, in your inner sky, stars twinkle softly. Each tiny flicker can feel like a whispered reassurance. I am here. You are not alone. The night is deep, but it is kind. Your place in the Milky Way is both small and wondrous. You are one person on one planet, circling one star, yet you are also part of this grand, spiraling work of art. You belong here as surely as any star, any nebula, any distant cluster. If worries drift across your mind, you can imagine them dissolving into the infinite, quiet expanse around you. They become thinner, more transparent, like mist fading into the night sky, until there is only space, and softness, and breath. The cosmos has been unfolding for billions of years and will continue to unfold long after this night. You do not need to keep watch over it. You do not need to stay tense or alert for it to go on. Because the universe moves on its own, you are free to rest, just for now. In your imagination, you can drift among the stars. Feel yourself becoming lighter in mind, even as your body grows heavier and more relaxed against the bed. Weightless in thought, you float through a slow river of starlight, serene and unhurried. Every distant star you picture can be a tiny point of hope. Steadfast, patient, and calm. Some have burned for billions of years, their light a quiet promise that warmth and brightness can endure even in deep darkness. Notice your breath now. Feel it soften on its own. The inhale easy, the exhale long and loose. Your body grows heavier, as if gravity has become a gentle hand pressing you comfortably into the mattress. Your mind becomes quieter, like a room where the lights have dimmed and the noise has faded away. Somewhere above, beyond roofs and clouds and atmosphere, the Milky Way stretches across the sky in timeless quiet. It has watched over countless nights like this one, over countless sleepers letting go after long days. Tonight, it watches over you, too. You are safe here. You are held. You are allowed to rest. If sleep comes now, let it take you kindly. If it takes a little longer, simply stay with your breath, with the stars, with the gentle sense that the galaxy is keeping you company. The night is wide. There is time. You can let go. As the facts gently fade into the background, imagine only the ambient stars remaining, soft pinpoints of light that quietly guide your dreams, like tiny lanterns along a nighttime path. You do not need to hold on to any information now. You can let it all drift away, trusting that the stars themselves will keep watch. Remember that you are part of this beautiful galaxy story. From the first light of its ancient stars to this single moment of you lying here, breathing, your existence is woven into the Milky Way's long, unfolding tapestry. You can rest deeply now. Sleep is invited to come softly, like moonlight sliding across a floor, like cosmic light settling gently over a quiet world. There is nothing you must do to deserve it. You only need to allow it. If thoughts linger or return, you can always go back, in your mind, to the serene spiral arms. See them curling through space in slow, graceful arcs. Follow one of those arms with your awareness, looping outward and inward until the mind grows drowsy again. Notice how peace seems to fill not only the spaces between the stars, but also the spaces between your thoughts. There are gaps now, moments of silence, pauses of stillness, and in those gaps, a calm presence settles quietly within you. Let yourself let go now. You can imagine the entire galaxy cradling your unwind, its vast arms wrapped loosely around your little corner of space, holding you without pressure, without expectation. Tomorrow's wonders will still be there when you wake. Messages to answer, tasks to complete, paths to walk, they can wait patiently on the far side of sleep. Tonight exists only for rest. Feel the support of the pillow beneath your head, the softness where your body meets the bed. In your imagination, you might even hear a faint, distant hum, the imagined murmur of the cosmos, steady and low, a lullaby older than any song. Let your breath respond by softening even more, in and out, slow and effortless. If sleep is taking its time, that is okay. This quiet awe, the sense of being small, safe, and held in something vast, is already healing your nervous system, already loosening knots of tension you may not even notice. Over time, returning to these Milky Way reflections can become a comforting ritual. Each night, familiar images, the spiral arms, the central glow, the river of stars, can gently signal to your body that it is safe to relax, that the day is done, that it is time to sink into profound, restorative sleep. For now, there is nothing more you need to hear, nothing more you need to think. Only stars. Only breath. Only rest.